I have this notes here in front of me, and I'm like staring at them and going like in my head, like, how am I gonna get through this video, through recording this video? And this is my first official video, but I have been sitting with the idea of posting on YouTube for 2 years now. 2 years of procrastination, that is. And in the last 2 months, the calling to just go with it, just do it, like the calling to it felt stronger and louder and louder. So about, yeah, 2 months ago, I started contemplating the idea of, all right, since I am moving away from Instagram, at least like taking a break because the vibe on there, it feels it's changed. So much of social media is changing, but Instagram used to be like a place I really enjoyed. And now, even not just producing content there, but being a consumer there, it was so draining. It felt like it was just regurgitation of the same content over and over and over. And I was like, nah, I'm out. I'm just stepping away to reassess if and how I want to engage with the platform. And I'm enjoying threads so much, so much. So I've been doing a lot of posting there, connecting with people, and just finding joy in this like free form expression, like posting whatever thought I have. I'm going outside, taking a walk, and boom, there's some inside, there's some thoughts connecting because that's how my mind works. It's connecting all the time, recognizing patterns and things. I'm like, oh, this is helpful. I'm going to share this. I'm going to post this. And I love how of a community it feels. But the call to YouTube was always there. So I was like, maybe this is the time to just take this step forward and lean into the very uncomfortable idea of posting long form or longer form videos. And so here I am, and I have no idea what I will be like, if there will be series, what I will be posting about, what kind of content I want to focus on, because honestly, there's so much like I have a pretty interesting life. This is not to brag. It's just that I'm a seeker. I'm a forever learner. I'm a student. I'm always looking for what more can I learn? What more can I build? What more can I do? I've sought out so many different ways of learning. I lived abroad, so there's so much I can speak to, I can speak from, and I'm excited to bring that and share that with people to connect and to offer content that can support all of you who feel like perhaps you're at the stalling point in your life, perhaps feeling stuck in your life, perhaps you feel that call, like there is something calling you, and you're like in that sticky place where it feels like, I'm not sure. Like, this is kind of cozy. It feels kind of comfortable over here. I'm not sure I want to move over there. It's so scary. And that's how the idea of starting a YouTube channel felt for me up until now, since I started playing with the idea 2 years ago. And it was like, it feels like this big thing, like this huge endeavor. Like, I need to figure out the tech. This is the perfectionist in me coming outside and like going loud, being loud. I need to figure out the tech. I need to know exactly when I'm going to be posting. I need to have a strategy. I need to, okay, thumbnails and titles and like just putting so much, what's the word? Just having like, how are those people that play with balls in the air? Like just having too many balls in the air without having first figured out how to move a couple of them and just start to get in the groove, get in the movement, and start just getting comfortable step by step. Like you don't need to figure it out now. But that was like the anxiety inside. Like I need to figure out the strategy before I move. And it's crazy because I always post about move before you feel ready. Like I always, even with clients, this is what we do. Like before you're ready, ready is not a feeling. Ready is a decision. So decide you're ready, go all in and prove yourself right. Like collect evidence that you were right. And honestly, throughout all my life, all the leaps, the bold moves, sometimes from the outside may have seemed like that was reckless, but I always followed the calling in here. And I had no regrets. And every time life met me halfway and life meets you halfway if you give yourself the chance to take that leap and see how it goes. And so here we are. And this is a funny story with YouTube because my initial idea was like, okay, I think I can commit to, I feel this video is so chaotic and all over the place, but we're gonna roll with it. So I was like, I think I can stay consistent with, I can commit to a weekly video. I'm gonna post just once a week. And I think I can do that. And that alone felt kind of a lot because I don't know, I have so much respect for YouTubers because it takes a lot to put yourself out there and be talking for so long and be consistent at something that it's sheer exposure, for better and for worse. So I was like, okay, maybe I can do once a week. So I started to bring friends over onto this challenge, like, let's do it together, kind of gathering motivation, gathering people and mirrors and people that help you stay accountable and that you can support each other with. And this is something that also happened when I did my first and only off marathon. Like we started, this is just a side story, but we started like everyone like, let's do it, let's do it. Actually, I wasn't even bought in on the idea, but eventually I ended up being the only one who ran the marathon. So I know that if I commit to something of that, I approve throughout my life that if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to give it my best. I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to show up. I will do it. But we will see how it goes with this. But yeah, so initially I was like, okay, a weekly video. And then talk about serendipity. I come across this woman. Shout out to Glow. I will share her link in the description below that has been posting on YouTube besides being a 25 years entrepreneur and like just an incredible human, so much knowledge, wisdom, inspiration. Like, besides all of that, she had been posting on YouTube for, I think it's 9 months now, every day, every single day, as she says. And it was like, boom, like a part of me inside was like, that's what you need. That's what we need. And another part was like, are you crazy? Like, we were just kind of getting comfortable with the idea of posting weekly, and now you want to post every single day for 100 days? This is nuts. But as I started to, as I started to bring myself to commit to this daily thing and started just imagining how that would be, you guys, I felt, that feeling of, it's a mix of anxiety because, of course, it's uncertain. Of course, it's scary. Of course, let's say terrifying. And like a part of me is aware this is going to be torture. I'm going to inflict just torture upon myself. And so the anxiety on one side, and on the other side, the excitement. And whenever I get that mix of feelings, it's like this is something I recognize. I had those feelings before I host a master class, before I have a big presentation, sometimes before I meet a new client. It depends. But when there is something that I really, really care about, and it's a little bit of a stretch, it's a little bit out of my comfort zone, I get this buzzing sensation in my hands. And I'm 40 now, so it took a while, but now I know that when I get this feeling, it's actually a good sign. Even if it's scary, even if I feel the wobble, even if a part of me it's like, no, no, please, please don't make me do it. But I know it's for my own growth. And it's also aligned with the contribution that I'm here to make. So it's always a yes whenever I get that feeling. So I was like, all right, so I guess we're doing the challenge. I'm taking on the challenge of posting daily videos for the next one- 100 days. And wow, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to be recording the 100th video. And I'm also so excited about the journey and how much I get to share with longer videos. Like all the experience from moving abroad, from having my dream crushed at 25 years old, fresh out of university and 2 years into the working field, realizing, man, this is not what I want to do. But that's a story for another video for another time. But traveling across Southeast Asia and realizing how much pretty much every country I've visited there, but especially Shanghai, which I called home for almost a decade up until COVID. Um, there wasn't a place where I felt like I belonged. I felt like home. Like the feeling of being home that I get every time I'm in Asia, I travel to Asia, I get to spend time in Asia. It's unparalleled. Like even in my own country, like in my own home country, which is Italy, I've never felt that at home. And so I guess my tribe here would be women in their 30s and 40s, but I don't want to project. Like y'all are all invited, but I guess this is gonna like my content and what I can foresee and imagine is gonna resonate a lot with just people that specifically women, just my the bulk of my one-on-one work in coaching is with women and has been with women for the last 5, 6 years almost now. And yeah, I think just women who are eager learners, eager for life, who know there is more out there. And they're always like, you're always stretching yourself. You're always willing to grow. You're always willing to get through the uncomfortable, ugh, yuck, sometimes sticky part to see what else is there. And I guess it's like not never really settling, but not in a way of, oh, this isn't enough or not being appreciative, not appreciating what you have, but from that place, seeing, okay, how can I grow? How can I contribute more? How can I get to how how can more of me come alive? What else is there for me? How bigger can this mission get? How bigger can this calling feel? And create an impact, a positive impact in the world. So I guess y'all are going to resonate with the content I will be sharing moving forward. We're going to explore different ways and explore different themes, but I guess today I wanted really to open up with because I noticed as I set on the idea, I started getting set on the idea of posting daily YouTube videos for 100 days and taking this challenge on. I noticed one, yes, the anxiety rising. And just this morning, before hitting record, I kept watching videos. I kept watching videos on YouTube just to gather up. Is that how you say it? Gather up the courage, just to find the courage, motivation that, Marina, you can do this. You know how to speak in front of the camera. You know how to speak to themes of growth, of feeling called to your purpose and bringing your vision to life, like creating the life you know you're meant for. You know how to do this. You have been doing this your entire life. So speak from experience, not just from expertise. And and now I lost the thought that I had. Yes. So as I was, yeah, I think this is one of the things that is going to get better as you speak without notes, without script. Of course, I don't have a script, and get better at, yeah, putting, because I have so many thoughts coming, like choosing what is the line. And as I was getting closer to the day of recording, I noticed all the little ways I was procrastinating. And and this is I hope this can be your takeaway from this video. And if you're still watching, you're my hero. Yes, shout out to you. So I, I think it's noticing all the little ways when you are what I call is a growth edge, right? So you're taking on a challenge like I'm doing right now, or just contemplating a big leap in your life or a bold decision, and you're right at the edge, or the edge is coming close. I think the best way to approach those times, because that is a part of life, if you're devoted to your growth, you're going to be through that so many times. So, the best way to make it easier and smoother and just less painful is to not make yourself wrong for feeling what you're feeling. If you're feeling anxious, or if you're feeling like, or you have been guilting yourself for having been stuck or having felt like I'm stalling, I'm not growing, I'm not progressing in the way I would love, and I feel I'm meant to not make yourself wrong for that and recognize that those are seasons that we go through. They're part of growth just as much as the spikes, as the times where you have plenty of momentum and everything goes to plan. Those are part of the growth. That is a necessary part of the growth, because what you gain through going through that moment, that phase, that uncomfortable, like unsticking, is that a word? Like through that sticky phase and getting through it and on the other side, you can only glean that wisdom by going through that process. There's no shortcut. So we're all in it. So yeah, approaching that, notice, recognizing the part of you that's like, no, no, no. And in a way, finds this clever, intelligent ways of procrastinating, but you're smarter than that. So you can notice that, and you can just be extra compassionate, extra kind with those part of you, and leading in those moments. The leader in you gets to step up, gets to show up, and to pave the way and say, okay, I see you, I hear you, you're not going to die. There's there's a calling here. We can feel we want to do it. So let's just trust that. And if it helps, because I'm sure you already have proof in your life that you went through this and it was great. It led to what you wanted. So if it helps, look, take stock of all the times you went through this growth edge, these seasons of growth, and like you got receipts. You went through this, you've done it. So, congratulations, you can do it again. You have proof of that. And often our system just needs to remember we can do it, we have done it. All right. I think, yeah, I'm looking at my notes, just looking if there's anything else. Yeah, there's two more things that I want to speak to before we wrap up. And one is, I guess in a word, we can say grace. Whenever you are in a phase of feeling like you're stalling, you're stuck, you're going through this next evolution, if you want to call it that way, it's just grace for the parts of you that, in a way, are delaying or making you procrastinate or like still feeling sticky, not ready, or saying or telling yourself you're not ready. Just grace for those parts and surrounding yourself with people that can be mirrors of being gracious with your process, and people that can offer that clear reflection and remind you of the power you hold, of what you're capable of how proud you can be of yourself, of how far you've come already. And last but not least, key ingredient in all of this, in any kind of project, of dream, of things that you want to create, yes, all your skills and capabilities and self-trust, all of that, and there's gotta be a little bit of surrender in the process. A lot of, not a little, a lot of surrender in the process, because you are a co-creator. It's just, yeah, you gotta trust the process. Yes, trust yourself and and trust the process. Yeah. I feel how for so many of us who have controlling strategies, controlling patterns, like I need to be in control to feel safe, to feel stable, to feel secure. This part, I mean, you are highly capable, so you know you can trust yourself. But this piece, the surrender piece, like, okay, I'm doing my part and I trust that universe, God, spirit, call it however resonates for you, is going to meet me halfway. That's as big and key of a component in the process as it is the trust in yourself. And I always say, where trust, something along these lines, I can't remember, but where trust grows, everything blooms. And when I say trust, I mean both internal and external. All right. Wow. You guys, first video done. I'm excited to see how the uploading and process. I'm not going to do any editing. Just going to be, this is like sheer exposure therapy. And I'm excited to meet and connect with whoever is going to be watching this video. And um, yeah, and just a reminder that you're not too late, you're not behind, you're on divine, perfect time. I'll see you in the next video.